Hi, friend. Welcome to the Real Personal Branding Podcast. I'm Lauren V. Davis, and I am a personal branding coach. I'm a small business consultant. I'm a huge music lover, music nerd, and your enthusiastic supporter in creating a business of your dreams. Today, I want to talk about branding that really matters for entrepreneurs and speakers who are looking to book more speaking engagements, get more clients. And today, we're going to look at a handful of powerful, somewhat recent statistics, so within the last couple of years, from credible sources, and then I'll show you exactly how to use these statistics to your advantage. So I like data. I'm really nerdy about it. Honestly, I love algorithms. I love data. I love getting nerdy about what people are actually reporting that they want. And I love digging into surveys of a broader audience, but also polling my audience. And if you follow me on Instagram or LinkedIn, you'll notice that I poll people on something new each quarter. I do it kind of subtly. I don't make it a big deal, but I really find it so fascinating when folks create without taking the time to understand their audience. It doesn't usually seem to work. That's why I really like to know, what does my audience like? What does the greater, broader audience like? So today I want to bring you data, and I want to let you into a little bit of the things that I find very interesting. So if you want to see sources for this information, you can check out my show notes to this episode, as well as grab a free resource that will give you 100 plus ideas for super engaging content. Okay, are you ready? Let's do this. Okay, the first statistic today is about how consistent branding delivers giant revenue lifts. Brands that present themselves consistently across channels see about 23% increase in revenue. Some of these companies see up to 33% revenue benefit when their branding is consistent across all touch points. So all their social media touch points, all of their website. What does this mean for you as a speaker and an entrepreneur? It means that every touch point matters. So that means your website, your social media profiles, your slide design, right? Even how your slides show up, even your bio photos. If these are inconsistent, you might be losing potential impact, and those small misalignments kind of add up. It might not look like much if your Instagram reel feels different than your website. We're not talking about those little micro tiny things, but in the greater picture, the more consistent the tone of your voice is, the more consistent the feeling is when somebody comes to your website, and then when they come to your social media, and then when they see you on stage, that impacts their trust. So a couple action steps for you today. Just do a little consistency audit. Pick a few of your favorite brand elements, photos, logos, slides, the tone of your voice, your headshot, and then compare how they are showing up across your online profiles. One thing you can do is just update one platform this week so it matches one of the others. So whether that's your website, your LinkedIn, those are good places to start. They're good candidates because they perform really well in SEO. Create or refine your brand guideline cheat sheet so that way you and anyone helping you, like a virtual assistant or like an executive assistant or any team member that comes and helps you in the future, can always use the same voice and visuals, and this will help you stay consistent over time. All right, the second statistic we're going to talk about is how emotion outperforms incentive for loyalty. So a 2025 study of marketers report that emotional connection matters more to consumers than discounts or financial incentives. Emotional connection matters more than discounts or financial incentives. I have found this to be absolutely accurate in my business. In that study, 88% of marketers say that consumers consider lack of trust a deal breaker for purchasing, and that emotional messaging resonates more than transactional messaging for many consumers. Wanted to get the statistic correct. So what does this mean for you? Well, as a speaker or entrepreneur, that it means that leaning on your stories and your values and your lessons and those things that you truly fundamentally believe in, those are core to how people trust what you sell. It also means that offers, promotions, discounted pricing, that stuff matters, of course, but what creates a durable audience connection is trust and emotional bonding. So a couple action steps for you today. Pick one piece of content this week where you share something personal. So whether that's a failure, whether it's like a learning moment, a value that you hold, do that instead of a promotional message. When you draft your next talk, your next video, your next slides, include an emotional arc. Like, what challenges did you face? What feelings were there? How did you overcome it? Many times I find in my mastermind, I find that members get the most learning when another member shares how they did something and the lesson they learned versus just them giving advice. Does that make sense? Review your client and audience testimonials and highlight the ones that mention how you made people feel, not just what you taught. Think about how you can create content that focuses on that feeling along with what you teach. Okay, the third nerdy statistic that I want to share is that emotional loyalty is growing. It's not just something of the past, it's growing more and more, and it's meaningful. So true emotional loyalty has grown by about 26% from 2021 to 2024, where it is reaching about 34% when we reach 2024. And I expect it to get even higher for this year and the following year. We're almost to 2026 already. That's crazy. Consumers report 306% higher lifetime value when emotionally connected to a brand. That's a crazy statistic. So what does this mean for you? Well, that means for you that when somebody feels emotionally connected to you as a speaker or as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you don't just get like this one-off booking or this one-time sale. You get repeat engagements, you get referrals, you get greater word of mouth, you get higher ROI over time. Emotional loyalty converts into real business and sustainable business. And I am all about sustainability and building sustainability into your business. So what are some action steps you can take with this one? Well, what's a system that can help you follow up well after events or after you have a call with someone? Think about it. What's a system that would work for you? That's a question I would ask myself if I were you. How can you be a super connector or a conduit to connect people to other folks that they might need or that might need them? How can you send notes, share resources, check in? These types of follow-ups really reinforce emotional connection with your clients, with your future clients, and with your connections. Another way you can do this is just use an email list and your social media to draw people in with your values or purpose. Share stories instead of just promotional content or announcements. Always be building your email list from stage in a way that feels relatable, personable, encouraging people to connect with you afterwards in a way that feels meaningful and authentic, not just a pitch. Consider even creating a small group of people, like an alumni of your workshops or your newsletter, or a couple of people that are just high achieving people that you know that you want to talk to on a more regular basis. You could join a mastermind even, shameless plug, I've got a mastermind. You can share resources with these people and deepen connection over time and get to know them on a more personal basis. Okay, so there are so many more statistics where these came from, and I'm going to source everything below. I love talking about this kind of stuff. I don't know if you do too. If you do, let me know. But I have a challenge for you this week. Just pick one of these action items we talked about and try one of them. Feel free to message me on LinkedIn or message me on Instagram to let me know you did it. I would love to know. If you do, I'd be happy to hop over and take a look at what you did and give you my feedback on it. If you don't hear from me, make sure you message me in a couple different ways just to make sure that you're not going to one of those weird private message folders or something like that. But I would love to come look at it. I would love to. So just let me know. If you want to try a couple things, for instance, you could try auditing 2 major branding touch points on LinkedIn or Instagram and update them to feel consistent branding of photos or colors. Or you could try creating some content that prioritizes emotion over discounts or promos. Create one piece of content that leans into your own story or what you care about deeply. And let me know if you begin to see people engage differently. what I think you'll find is that your audience will begin to feel seen in a brand new way. They're going to remember you, they're going to refer you, they're going to have more conversations with you. Sure, this might take a little bit longer. It's not a direct sale right away, but it's when your brand will start doing the heavy lifting for your business and your speaking career. And I really, really want that for you. If this episode gave you something new, email me, tag me, tell me which statistics stood out to you. Tell me what action you're taking. I love hearing from you. I'm L Davis Creative almost everywhere. I really like hearing the way these numbers can translate into your story. So just let me know. And thank you so much for being here on the Real Personal Branding Podcast. I am Lauren V. Davis, and I will talk to you next time.